I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, a personal question. We talked about last time the blowback on your wife, Cheryl Hines, and her Hollywood career, and just being your wife. That's all Cheryl has done. She hasn't weighed in on vaccines. But your family, obviously, you're for a long line of Democrats, and your family, before the pandemic, this is 2019, wrote an open letter going after you for your questions about vaccines. This is from your sister, your brother, and your niece, Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, Joseph Kennedy, and Meave Kennedy McKeon. And they wrote in part that they were condemning the growing fear and mistrust of vaccines, quote, amplified by internet doomsayers, Robert F. Kennedy, and going on from there, and saying that you were part of this campaign to attack the institutions committed to reducing the tragedy of preventable infectious diseases. He has helped to spread dangerous misinformation over social media and is complicit in sowing distrust of the science behind vaccines. We love Bobby. However, on vaccines, he's wrong. What did you make of that, your own family writing that publicly about you?
Well, if you're asking, did I like it? No, I didn't like it. But, listen, the positions I've taken on this issue have caused me a lot of friendships, not just with those family members, but others, my political relationships, jobs, income, etc. What I keep saying to people is, okay, listen, I could be wrong. Show me some science. Show me something show me a statement that I got wrong, actually wrong. And show me where the science that I believe is kind of the best description of how these things are working. Show me where those studies are wrong. But it's hard for people to do. And I understand that. I'm, compassionate about it because it took me a long time to walk into this woods. It was something I resisted. I had all of the, I don't know if we talked about this the last time that you and I talked, but I was running Waterkeeper Alliance, which is a group that I love and that I co-founded. And it's the biggest water protection group in the world. And it's 350 individual waterkeepers, each with a patrol boat, and that patrols local waterways and sues polluters. We had about 40 lawsuits that I was involved in against plants that mainly cement kilns and coal-burning power plants that were discharging mercury. The mercury was getting into the fish. In 2003, FDA published a report that said that 100% of freshwater fish in North America had dangerous levels of mercury in their flesh. And that just struck me as we were living in a science fiction nightmare where my children and the children of, every other American would no longer engage in the seminal primal activity of American youth, which is to go fishing with their father and mother in the local fishing hole and then come home and safely eat the fish. We were suing them. There are other people suing coal plants, but Waterkeeper was suing on mercury. So I knew a lot about mercury. And I started giving speeches around the country, and these women started hounding me. They were, wherever I spoke, these women would come in early and they'd occupy the front seat. It was a different group every time, mostly. And then afterwards, they would come up, politely confront me and say, and respectfully, but in a vaguely scolding way, say, if you're really interested in mercury exposures to children, you need to look at vaccines because it dwarfs what they're getting from fish. And I didn't want to do it. And it wasn't an area that I wanted to get involved in.
Did you know it would be hot button?
When one of these women showed up at my house in Hyannisport, did I already tell you this story?
Yeah, I heard this the first time.
Bridges, she's a psychologist, and she had an 18-inch thick file of scientific studies. And she said, I'm not leaving here till you read them. And I read the abstracts and I saw that there's this huge delta between what the public health authorities were saying and about vaccine safety and what the actual science was saying. And I called people like Francis Collins, who I knew, and all these other people. And I began to slowly realize that the public health authorities either were not conversant with the science or that they were lying. But it was a long, gradual journey for me that took a lot of years to kind of get a more expansive view about what's happening. So I know that I can't expect, people like my family members who do not have the time to make this kind of exploration to believe me, and they see me and they say, oh, he must be crazy. Why is he crazy? Because all the other stuff he says makes sense. But he, everybody we know, we trust, we believe in, all of our doctors who, Bobby didn't go to medical school.
Yeah.
We have doctors who we trust. Maeve, who sadly died during the pandemic with her 10-year-old boy in a drowning incident, who wrote that article, was a public health, a rising star in public health. She worked for Francis Collins' agency for NIH. She had her own center there, and she was horrified by what I was doing. She believed it. And so I don't hold this against people that they don't believe me. But what I say is, let's have a discussion. Let's have a congenial, respectful debate about this, and let's try to keep it on the science and away from the ad hominem attacks. I don't. When people attack me, other people's opinions of me, Megyn, I feel like they're not my business. I know what I have to do. I know what I believe the truth to be, but I also know if somebody shows me I'm wrong, I am not hard-headed. I'm not dug in about, my worldview. I'm changing my worldview all the time based upon new factual inputs. And all I need is somebody to show me where I'm wrong. And then I will be grateful to them, because I can walk away from this and go back to Waterkeeper, which is what I want to be doing.
There's so much to love about fall, right? From the cooler temperatures to the changing leaves, everything pumpkin spiced, Halloween, everything. Love the whole season. What better way to soak up the best of the season than with a Michael Phelps swim spa by Master Spas? A Michael Phelps swim spa combines the benefits of a pool with the therapy of a hot tub. It comes in a variety of sizes to complement almost any yard, even if it's a small one. Master Spas worked with Michael Phelps to develop an at-home training and fitness solution that you can use year-round in any season, even in the winter. As your fall calendar fills up, a Michael Phelps swim spa is the perfect place to spend time together as a family. Michael Phelps swim spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas, the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. It is energy efficient. You can use it all year long. Go to masterspas.com, put in the promo code MK to save $1,000 on a Michael Phelps swim spa or $500 on a Master Spas hot tub. That's masterspas.com, promo code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.